we need to be able to trust in our data and make it actionable. Actionable is a word that you will hear me saying quite a lot in here because, as I said, data for the sake of data, it's not worth it. So this is why also EMPO and many other companies that are here, we're also working with the Streaming Video Alliance, we are active. We are an active company in the Streaming Video Alliance to help them build the video metrics, the video analytics that can help customers or companies like yours to succeed in terms of analyzing and guiding you on how you can make better decisions thanks to data. So extending the previous talk, I'm moving a little bit away from pure QE. Again, what if we could answer these questions with data? For example, where do I have quality issues right now, and what are the root causes and users affected? This is the main driver of this session. I will go after it later. How are my CDNs performing? Which CDN should I use or contract? For example, we are seeing that the SLAs with CDNs are not being met because actually a CDN is not good at 100% of the time. I can get the best CDN, but at some time they will fail. Or in some regions they will fail. Or with some devices, the implementation that they have done for this particular streaming protocol are not good. So I'm getting problems in there. So I need to have all this information and maybe A/B test them. Or maybe do or make use of a CDN balancer solution. Like I want to know what's the one that's the best, but I know that this one performs best at these times of the day, this other one at these other times of the day, or they having an outage or something. So I need to be able to give them, to give my engineering team real-time data in order to take decisions in real time. So is a customer complaint regarding quality issues legitimate? We have seen in the past some customers said, we don't have any visibility, we don't need it. We have had a good weekend this weekend. We nearly had like 20 complaints in Twitter. We were like, okay, and you're taking this as valid data and so on. That's fine. 1 week later, hey, we need to talk. And it seems that the 20 complaints that we had in Twitter actually led us to like 20% of unsubscribes. And we're like, whoa, totally crazy. Because customers or end users usually don't give you all the feedback, all the good feedback. And sometimes, even myself, I'm talking by my own experience, you feel like, I'm not going to complain. It's the third time that I'm having this issue. I already complained twice. I don't want to complain anymore. And then you unsubscribe and search the content that you want to watch somewhere else. So what are my users' activity and consumption patterns on which devices? We already spoke about that. So we need to know them technologically and psychological as well. Okay, we need to find that segmentation pattern. We need to segment our users because the segmentation is key to actually target them more efficiently. So did I retain new users? Who will churn next month? What is the average happiness score for my audience? Well, the happiness score is a metric that we internally created in EMPO, where we are using all the quality of experience data from every single session, and we are scoring it based on the different metrics that we're getting. Okay, so actually in here, we want to know how our users are probably churning or what's the probability of losing them in the next 30 days, for example. Okay, how are ISPs performing across regions? Actually, it's kind of related with question number 2, because we know that ISPs have bidding issues. And I would say that almost 80% of the times that we have a problem with the CDN, it's because of a bidding issue or something in between that the customer and also the end user don't know about the relationship between the CDN and the ISP itself. So how can we detect those and how can we overcome them and then make sure that I'm calling the specific CDN and say, hey, you have a problem with Verizon or Comcast or in Spain, Telefonica or Vodafone, for example. So I can give you those insights in real time so you can let them know that they have a bidding issue and then you're targeting them to the right spot where they need to look at. Okay? So continuing with it, why users log in but don't watch content? Okay, so sometimes content is hard to find, sometimes content is not that good, and we also need data in order to go into this space. Okay, and then what is the most effective ad strategy, quality, quantity, position? So the ad science can take us for 1.5 more hours here. And I'm pretty sure that I could get a lot of feedback and a lot of interesting feedback regarding ads. But the thing is, ads are a solution for monetization, but are a technical problem. Well, I would like to talk about problems. I like to talk about challenges. And we are there. I know that there are companies that are doing a great job by doing SSAI or client side, but we are still a little bit, we still need to go a little bit further.